Happy Tuesday, T Squad. It's me, Kiesha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, the Shaad Season 6, Episode 2 review. So the episode begins with Trig having his first day as city councilman, and to his surprise, when he gets to his office, he's told that someone is there waiting for him. And he was like, I don't have anybody scheduled to meet with me. He goes into his office, and none other than Jamal is there, who is played by rapper Vic Mensa, who is so fine. He is the finest little petite man I ever seen in my life, child. But if you don't remember, Jamal's character was quote unquote supposed to be was he abusive to his girlfriend? It was something, I forgot what was going on with his character, but nonetheless, he ended up unaliving somebody on the show and getting sent to jail because of his anger issues. So Trig like, what you doing here? How you get out of jail? And he was like, because the police tampered with the evidence or whatever, but I've changed. I've turned my life over to the Lord. I just want a chance to make things right with everyone, including my little sister. And you know, his little sister is living with Emmett's parents or whatever. They've officially, I believe, adopted her now. So he basically is going to Trig to ask him to facilitate the meetup between him and his little sister. And Trig was like, you know, just give me some time to think about it or whatever, because he isn't fully sure if he can trust him and that he is changed. You know what I'm saying? Because how do you go from who you were then to who you are claiming to be now in such a short amount of time? Now, don't get me wrong, it can happen. But you know, his little sister's well-being, mental health, and all of that is at jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? And he don't want to, you know, expose her to any more trauma. So Kiesha tells Emmett that if he leave like that on her again, it's a wrap, because he stormed out that night. They had the argument, left for like 3 hours, wasn't answering his phone. She couldn't find out where he was at until she was on Instagram and saw him on somebody else's page, because he lied and talking about he just took a walk. And she was like, boy, you came here smelling like smoke. Don't lie to me. And he says that he misses when they used to have fun with each other. And she was like, I'm your woman, not an amusement park. Like, we're going to have ups and downs. And, you know, she's upset and mad that, you know, he's working with Duda, and then he went and bought that car for Tiffany. You know, she's just angry about a lot of things, and I want her to smile. Like, I want her to smile. Like, Jesus Christ, girl, what's going on? Like, I understand you being upset about him working with Duda. That's totally understandable. But then on the flip side of that, you still co-signing him doing stupid deals with him and stuff like that helps benefit you as well. So it's just like, okay, girl, you can only be but so mad. Like, it's getting on my nerves. She then brings up how they need their own spot. And I'm like, you sitting up here being mad at him for working with Duda and spending all this money, but then you say that y'all need y'all own spot. Where you think this money coming from? It's growing on trees? Did you even get the job at the school yet? Why you making all of these demands? Like, come on, make it make sense. So he was like, you know, we gonna need Duda help on this. And she was like, see, that's what I don't want to do. And he was like, look, just let him help us. So she was like, all right. And I'm like, see, that's what I'm talking about. You so quick to want to be mad about it, but then you the same person that's just like, well, all right. Like, pick a lane, love, because... So Tiffany visits Dante and finds him with another supplier who grows his own marijuana, and it's better than hers. And she looking like, oh, you about to drive me out of business. She ends up trying it herself, and it's smooth. It doesn't cause you to, you know, be coughing and stuff. And it is a better grade than hers. So she like, what am I going to do? Like, cause she like, this dude is about to put me out of business soon once this really grows around the area. So Shaad decides to start his own throwback business in front of his girlfriend's house. Outside in the freezing cold. And she come outside like, what are you doing, sir? Like, oh my God, the ghetto. Like, no. But he ends up telling her, like, I got to start from somewhere. She was like, I'll give you the money to, get a place to do this. And he was like, no, I don't want to take no money from you. Let me do this on my own. He ends up being able to talk her into supporting him, and she gone back in the house or whatever. But like, I even understood where she was coming from, and I understood where he was coming from. Because yeah, you do got to start from somewhere, but does it have to be in front of our house? Like, oh my God. But you could just tell, like, she don't really believe in what he's doing. And I hope and pray that he doesn't feed into temptation and do something illegal. I really, truly hope that he stands strong and committed to his idea, because I think it's a great idea, and I think that it will make him a lot of money. He just got to go about it and do it the right way. But I don't think that she's fully going to support him. I think she kind of looks down on him like he's kind of like a charity case almost. And I think that that's how he feels on the inside. Gemma tells Maisha that she got to make another hit. And Maisha was like, I'm not trying to be commercial. I'm a real rapper. I'm not just trying to be trendy for the moment. But she also says that she needs some money. And Jim was like, yeah, you need some money, and you need to make another hit to get some money. So while they're in the store talking, this girl stops them that is a promoter and asks her to perform. But she was slick, shading her at the same time, saying, your song is good, but when you gonna have another song? And yeah, you rap cool, but, and it was just like, girl, who you talking to? I hate people like that want to give you backhanded compliments or whatever. But Maisha ends up taking the gig, and the girl was like, she wanted her to perform for like 15 minutes, and Gemma was like, 10 or 12, that's great. But Maisha was like, I can do it. And she was like, girl, how you gonna perform for 15 minutes with one song? Make it make sense. So she got her a gig. This is her first time performing since the pow that caused Gemma to, lose her baby or whatever. But she's determined to make it through this. Darnell meets up with Emmett and tells him, you need to be careful working with Duda. Like, I've been in that position. I know what that life is like. And if you lay down with the devil, you gonna have fleas. And that the most important thing is a good woman to go home to, not all these houses and cars and this, that, and the third. And he offers to go with him to go view this house that Duda want him to see. And he was like, nah, I'm gonna go with Duda or whatever. You could tell Darnell's feelings was hurt, because this is something that a father wants to do with his son, and it's almost like you idolizing this man and treating him like he your daddy. And he sees and knows what type of person Duda is. So it's like, why do you continue to depend and lean on this man? You're only digging a deeper hole for yourself. Like, what are you doing? But Emmett is grown, and he hard-headed. So Tiffany has Rob try to do Cairo's marijuana and wants him to be their new supplier. But he tells her, I already inked a new deal with Duda where he giving me 15%. And she was like, like, I don't want to work for him. I want to be my own boss. Like, 15% is good, but like, let's just meet up with the dude so you can meet him. And he was like, well, all right, but I'm gonna have to go with you, because he was low-key jealous that she met up with Dante one-on-one without him, because her and Dante used to mess around. And Dante was still trying to flirt, so he had just reason to be concerned and jealous. And you could tell he was on some type of time where you was messing with Dante when I got with you. I stole you from Dante. So who's to say that this new dude can't steal you from me? You know what I'm saying? Because Tiffany gonna go where the money at, all right? Where the money resides, where the money resides. So Emmett has to put a 20% of the down payment down on the house. And Duda offers to help him pay the 20% because he only got but so much money. And he was like, well, I got to talk to my lady first about this. And Duda was like, when a person offers you a gift, you should take it, doing all that old menacing, bullying type stuff. And I'm like, Duda, remember when you got pow-powed in the chest and almost was unalive, sir? Like, you need to go back to that time in your life, sir, because you were acting like the devil himself, Lucifer. So even the real estate agent was like, nah, let him talk to his wife or whatever. And here go Duda. Like, I in my day, you just buy your wife house. I ain't know you had to ask, permission and this, that, and the third. And I was like, that's why you ain't got no steady wife now or a woman, because you don't know how to talk or treat people with your fine self. So Trig ends up introducing Jamal to Tracy because he's looking, to help out the community, to keep himself busy so he won't get in any trouble. And they have immediate chemistry with each other. And I'm like, ain't he young enough to be your son? Like, what is going on here? Are you about to get your groove back now? He was giving her the eyes and she was all like this, and she was like, okay, let me think about it or whatever. But it was obvious chemistry between them two. Let me tell you something. Vic Mensa look 4 feet self can get it, honey. He looked so fine once he cut that hair off. When his hair was longer, I ain't see the vision at all. But when he cut that hair, baby, me and him might be the same height, but I'll make it work. Let me tell you something. So I'm just thinking like, oh my God, they gonna start messing around. Duda gonna find out, and it's about to be beef between them, and he probably gonna try to unalive Jamal because Duda crazy and he's controlling. He is, and he might try to kill Tracy too. You know what I'm saying? Because once he is. Like, he that type of man. If I can't have you, can't nobody have you. So it's about to be some drama there. Papa Daddy gets on him and Bakari at the dinner table for not being in the Bible, not reading the Bible, and not living right. And Papa reminds him that, sir, ain't you the pot calling the kettle black? Because you wasn't living too right yourself. And the mom was talking some, I will spank you, and this, that, and the third. It's like, girl, sit down, Elma. And the father, though, agrees and says, he's done convenient things in his past, and he's had to pay for making those convenient decisions. And he doesn't want them to go through the same things that he did. But what really struck me in that scene was when he told Bakari that he was a part of the family. And you could tell that really touched him and made him feel supported and loved and protected for the first time in his life. And I think that really, made him feel like, oh my God, I got this new family that really love me and care for me, but I'm doing this dirt over here with Duda, and the two gonna collide at some point, and the decision is gonna have to be made because you can't serve two gods. So Trig is worried about whether or not Jamal has changed and voices this to his girlfriend. So he tells her that he's going to decide to create a mental health program for men to be able to deal with, just the everyday life of being a man or being a black man. So Tracy at home at the crib, Duda call late at night, trying to slide through. She don't answer the phone, and she actually finds the courage to block him. And I was like, get it, girl, get it. Because I know he be cracking that back, but Jamal about to be up in that in a minute. So Shaad confronts Bakari about working for Duda. And Bakari says that he should work for Duda as well. And Shaad was like, dude, you playing with fire like you tripping. And so Bakari was like, well, if you ever need help, I got you. And you can tell that Shaad is low-key even contemplating. And I'm like, no, don't do it. Go work for Trig. Go work at the office. You know what I'm saying? It's a job there. Do something, bro. Go work at Smokies. Do something until you can get to where you need to be. So then Lainey tells Trig that she does want to see her brother Jamal, but Kevin's parents make it clear that if he mess up again, it's a wrap. He will not get to see her again until she grown up out of our house. So Papa learns that the girl he worked with at Smokies is a preacher's kid as well, and her parents though have this big old church or whatever, and Papa's father doesn't really like her father's ministry, you know what I'm saying? But Papa just let her know that, he want to take her out. He want to see what's good, what's up or whatever. And she seemed like she was conflicted. I hope that she ain't trying to play him or nothing like that. I don't know. Hopefully something good comes out of this for both of them. So then we see Lainey meet up with Jamal and they hug each other, tell each other how much they miss each other. And he asked her if she got a little boyfriend, and she was like, yeah. And he was like, it better not be no street dude. And he was like, he in the streets. And she was like, not like you. And I'm like, worse than him. Like, girl. And so Jamal tells her, loving a street dude can leave you heartbroken. And I was like, you better listen to your brother, girl. Been there, done that, wrote the book about it, got a whole kid out of it, honey. Like, girl, your brother ain't lying. And I really think that Bakari and this life that he's living is going to end up affecting her negatively. I can't talk negatively. And I think that everything is going to come around full circle with Bakari, Lainey, Jamal, Rob, and Emmett, and Papa's father. All of this is going to connect back to Duda. So Duda tries to give Papa's daddy an offering at the church, meaning he want him to come back and work for him and do illegal stuff. And Papa daddy refuses because the last time he did it, he was washing money and he got accused of washing money or whatever and went to jail or whatever. So he was like, nah, and he trying to be an example for his boys. I'm not trying to live a convenient life again. So Duda was like, all right, which low key meant you told me no. I'm going to make you pay with your life or with something. Like, he's going to hurt him. Like, it's not looking too good for Papa's dad. Looks like he might be unalived this season. So little did we know, Bakari is outside listening and watching through the door. And when Duda comes back out, he was like, why you stay in the car and not come in? He was like, you work for me. Remember that. And so once again, Bakari is stuck in the middle. And he's going to have to make a decision. And I think what's going to happen, this is my guesstimate, that Duda going to end up unaliving Papa's daddy. Bakari is going to know that Duda was the one that did it. He's going to feel hurt and scorned by it because this was the first time he's had a father figure and a family. And he's going to want revenge. And I think that Bakari, or what would be sick, and this is the type of person that Duda is. Duda the type of person that'll make Bakari do it. It could be that'll be wild, but for storyline purposes, that'll be crazy good. Crazy good if he make Bakari unalive Papa's daddy to have control over him, and it'll be like, I took you into my home, you know what I'm saying, and then you turn around and do this for me. But it's like he ain't had no choice to do it. It could go that way, or Duda either unalives him or have one of his other people do it. Bakari is, of course, pissed off about this and wants revenge, and Rob is going to play a position in this. Emmett's going to play a position in the demise of Duda as well. But I'll get to that in a minute. So, Cairo tells Tiffany and Rob how to grow their own marijuana and tells them to be their own boss and that they need to find an investor instead of trying to come work for them. And everything that he said was 100% facts. Like, if y'all gonna do this, y'all need to do it right. Do it right. So Emmett ends up showing Kiesha the house, and then this heifer gonna ask him, do he really think that they can afford a house right now? Girl, you the one pressuring him to get a new house. So how you gonna ask him, can y'all afford it? You know you can't. Like, what are you doing, Kiesha? I don't like the way they writing her character this season. It's just stupid to me. And he tells her that Duda offered to help, and she was like, huh. And he was like, look, just trust me. So she was like, okay, well, make sure that he knows it's just a loan. Girl, it ain't just no loan with Duda. You know this. That's why you supposedly don't like him. And she says that both of their names have to be on the mortgage. Girl, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing at all. Like, this is Duda crazy self. And I just don't like the way the writers are writing Keisha's character. Like, it's annoying me. So Tiffany tells Rob to get them some money so they can work for themselves and not Duda. And it was basically like she was demanding that he do so. And I was like, see, Tiffany, this is your problem. You try to get it by any means necessary. And it's almost like you don't be caring about how it affects others and how it will affect your life. So Kevin ends up surprising Maisha backstage after her performance. She ended up doing well. And he says he misses her. And she was like, I miss you too. And she was like, so what we gonna do? He was like, we just see how everything goes. You can tell that he wants to take it faster and make her his girl. But she's still kind of like hesitant. And she tells him just to make sure Papa don't know or whatever. So they trying to keep it on the low. But Jim low-key peeped that something is going on between them too. So at the end of the episode, we see Rob go and visit his mother, played by none other than the legendary actress Lynn Whitfield, honey. And she lives in a big old mansion. She got bread. And he asks his mother to borrow $50K to, start this business. So she says she'll give it to him. He don't even have to borrow it. She'll give it to him if he finds out who unalived her brother, because her brother was not just her brother, but like a father figure to her, and put her on so they can have the lifestyle that they have. So he was like, all right, well, make it $100K. And she replies, for $100K, you're going to have to do more than just find out who did it. Meaning you're going to have to unalive whoever did it. And so this leads me to believe that, I said this to y'all on last week's episode. Y'all can go back and look. I said, watch Rob and Emmett going to come together to take down Duda. Because Emmett is going to get way in over his head with Duda. And once he figures it out, it's going to be too late. And Duda is going to have to be unalive for him to get underneath his thumb. Rob is trying to have his own business, but already made the agreement to work with Duda again for 15%. Duda just not going to let him go like that. So Rob is going to have a reason to want to unalive him. But Kari, I feel, is going to have a reason to unalive him because of whatever's going to happen to Papa's father. And Jamal, I feel, is going to have a reason to try to unalive him, because Duda either going to try to unalive him or Duda's going to unalive Tracy. So they might do a thing. Ooh, I just thought of this. They might try to do a thing like Power did with the whodunit type vibe for the 7th season, which will probably be their season finale, their series finale season. I can see them doing it like who did it, who killed Duda, one of those type of things, because everybody has a reason to unalive him. But I predict that this season we're going to see Papa, father be unalived, and Tracy will be unalived. That's what I'm guessing. Because I think when she becomes unalived, I think that people are going to think that Jamal did it and that he's still crazy, but he wasn't the one that did it. I think that's what's going to end up happening. So, yeah, overall, I'm going to give the episode an A. It was a really, really good episode. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section what y'all thought. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. You guys, I love you immensely, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.